What complicated problem was solved by an amazingly simple solution? 1. Woman and their newborns passing from infection after childbirth. Solution? Doctors washing hands before and after meeting a patient. Forgot the name of the doctor that thought of it, but I remember he was stripped of all his titles and sent to an asylum for trying to push doctors to implement this into their practice. 2. The British military couldn't get their soldiers to take their doses of anti-malarial. At the time, it was quinine mixed with water, and called tonic water. Quinine tastes incredibly bitter. So the soldiers kept getting sick or passing from malaria because they would not drink their daily tonic water. The simple solution was to give the soldiers a ration of gin, which alters the flavor of the quinine. And thus, the gin and tonic cocktail was born. 3. Oh, I have a good one. So, with lung transplants, an issue has always been how long can the lungs be out of the donor and still be viable. Traditionally, you store them on ice around 4 degrees Celsius and 5 to 6 hours is kinda typical for the ischemic time. Longer you start to have issues. This creates many logistical issues. Now there's more and more devices out now that can extend that, keep it warm, pump blood through it, oxygenated, etc., but those are all complex and hella expensive. Turns out, if you just store the lungs in a fridge at 10 degrees Celsius, the ischemic time can be increased to 12 hours or even more without worse outcomes versus traditional cold storage. 4. Airports were frequently dealing with upset passengers who were able to get off the plane fairly quickly, but I hated the long wait for their bags. They tried to hire more staff to speed it up, they tried to move the belts faster, but people were still angry and annoyed at the time spent standing around waiting for their bags to be unloaded. The simple fix? Just move the baggage claim further from the arrival gate, so that passengers spent more time walking. By the time they got to their bags, they were often waiting, and the number of complaints plummeted. 5. Shipping containers. Before the 1950s, shipping goods across the ocean was expensive and chaotic. Every piece of cargo had to be loaded and unloaded manually from trucks, to trains, to ships, which was incredibly time-consuming, and also resulted in a lot of theft, damage, or your goods ending up mixed in with someone else's goods. Malcolm McLean invented a simple steel box that stacks and transfers easily between ships, trucks, and trains. It cut loading time from days to hours, and cut costs by 90%, and quickly became the standard for global trade.